So what we are trying to do, and it's not always easy and it's not always right, but we try to at least start with culturally rich insights at the inception, at the brief inception. Because at that point, and I think Toyota really presented this case study very well of how to do it successfully, you are starting with core human truths that are relevant to the culturally diverse markets. And that can lead to an integrated, culturally rich campaign that maybe does run in general market media. I know from our perspective, we are trying to infuse our general market, or what they're calling general market advertising, with more culturally rich insights at the briefing stage so that we can ultimately appeal to the diverse segments. However, we do put an emphasis on, especially within our Asian advertising, speaking directly to the different cultures. There's so many nuances that you can't necessarily throw an integrated cultural campaign out into general market media and expect to really have that resonate with every African American, Hispanic, and Asian segment. So from our standpoint, that's how we're approaching it. And I think we do it very well within the Asian segment.
Great. I agree with what you said. It's tough. I'm not going to lie. I think for U.S. Bank, we have been in the communities and the regions and doing the kind of groundwork and making sure that we have our teams that are very aligned with diversity and inclusion. But when you talk about integration and having sort of reaching broadly and then deepening the relationships on a very local level, that was really where we were coming from to try and understand how can we do that. So we were very deliberate and focused, and it really wasn't that long ago when we started to work on what is our total market approach. And we knew it was important for us to really take a look at our own infrastructure, because I think sometimes what happens is that you hear about total market, and in theory and in principle it sounds great, right? And it's supposed to work and it brings people together. And then you get into sort of the rolling up your sleeves and getting into it and realizing you may not have the teams and the structure in place to make that work. So we really were deliberate in how we would go about doing that, and we, understanding that it really does start with the people and our culture, felt that it was really important to talk to our stakeholders, understanding at the very top level, diversity and inclusion at its core is really embraced, and so our executive leadership really believes in that. So we spoke with them, we spoke with a lot of key leaders, we talked with our agency partners, with TDW, and really wanted to understand how they felt about it. And then at the end of the day, where we've netted out with a total market approach is there are certain products, certain brand or campaigns for lines of business that we're going to promote as a total market approach that is reflective of a majority set of populations as well as a few diverse populations, looking at the commonalities and those nuances, because